Welcome to another video on my walking robot Mirft2 based on the fischertechnik robotics TXT controller. Last time I finished Reconstruction by adding the middle leg on both sides, and it immediately revealed that something was not quite the way it should be, because while these gears are in line, these two are clearly not. And to show why, I have to remove the controller, and for convenience of flexibility when removing the controller, I have removed the power and the camera for now. So I will remove it now. With all wires attached, so I don't have to remember. And then it shows that these have to be in line. This one and this one are constructed such that the axis is longer. This is a really short axis. So in order to accomplish the same thing, I really have to make another reinforcement to the frame. The difference is, though, that this gear is on this level, while these two gears are level over it. So I have to reconstruct it on this same level. And now I can do under it, but that will be a hassle because of this red gear here. This red gear is obstructing this under it, so I will put this next to it. And this isn't handy to do it now, so I will have to remove this leg. And not only that, I will have to remove the whole gear, because it needs a longer axis. This one will be replaced by this one, which is equally as long for this as this one. So while this can be the same, let's put it like this. This will be different, and this will be different. So now the question is, let's measure it. Alright, this will be alright. Firmly. And now measuring this one. Alright, and now in the end it will be like this. Point is, I will still have to construct this, so that is up next. So let me see how this works out. And then something like this, and then extend it to the other side. So I still have to do the other side. So I have now reconstructed the other side of the gear, and while looking at this side where insertion was quite easy, and I have in the meantime inserted the second block here as well, I notice I can't do the same on this side. And why is that? Because as I've shown earlier, these blocks have a groove, and on this side the groove is horizontal, and on this side unfortunately I put the block with the groove vertical. So now the point is that I can't just slide it in. Not as easily. So the best thing to do is, what actually? Modify this, like here where it is horizontal, or keep it vertical. And I think, to be honest, that it is best to modify it, because that would be the best anyway. So here goes. This is one, and this is one, and this is so-called an unintended reconstruction, but it is for the best. So this gear back in. Where is it? Now it is. And then I need this block like this, but on the other side. So let's see how I can manage that. And I don't want to remove wires here. And some wires are not as long as I had hoped. So let's just see how this works out. Alright, that fits. This block has to be put in so that the axis actually can hold and be stable. Alright, and now just one thing remains, this block in the middle. So let me slide this in. And that's one nice reconstruction. Now I have to mind to keep in mind that I still have the controller to put back in. How will that work out? Easy or not? Okay, this block needs to be pushed further down there. There you go. And now it fits again. The only thing is, of course, that it can't stay this way. This is just for testing, because I need to fix the axis. So I know it fits now. And now for really reseating that. Now the right side axis has been put in place, and it took some effort because still the top side of the frame can slide down, but it is held by the red gear here. So now you can immediately see that everything is aligned, which still has to be done here. So let's put this one in place as well. And I've already seen that the distance is a little bit too short, so I need to lift this part of the frame. And it has to go through this part. And that's better. Slightly up. It has to fit with the red gear, just like the other side. And that's it. So now you can already see that this gear is nicely aligned, and all that remains is this clamp. Of which I hope I can put it in nicely. So I need the pliers to hold it. Ah, there it goes again. Not good enough. Anyway, that's for the reconstruction. Alright, everything in place now. Wires fixed. Checked for a bit, and let's fire it up and see whatever happens. And then it is very nice to have the AC, not the AC, the power adapter connected. I can also use this one, but for now let's just connect and see whatever happens. This looks fine in the standard firmware. Alright. Correct, because I had to adjust the program last time. So that means that I will have to use my tablet for now. So that takes a moment to start, and because the controller acts now as a DHCP server, I can't use the laptop. Well, I wish I could, but not going to work. So that takes a little time. So I'm connected with Android, and let's just select the program and see whatever is going to happen. I'm very curious right now. As you can see, here are no longer any, well, this is not functional either, the rubber foot. They are still at the 6-spoke leg, which I haven't taken apart yet. So now it is a good question what's going to happen. I press enter. I don't like the rattling, it's still there. Why? But alright, let's see for the result now. No counters, nothing. So, once again, second attempt. I do not like this. Too much rattling going on, and this is not the way I like it. It seems that I will have to connect this, and it leans too much forward. Yeah. And let's turn it around. What happens there? Also not robust enough. Oh, I didn't expect that. So where do I hear any rattling? Well, for starters, here is a chance of rattling, and here. So here I will have to adjust something some way. This is not an issue. Red to black is not an issue. Black to black is an issue. Ugh. So how to deal with this? That is a very, very good question. This can move rather easily, and this can move almost not, so I have to deal with that. Apart from that, let's take a look at the results. Well, now there are counter results, not from 1 and 0, because I haven't touched the front sensors. I didn't touch either of these, and I didn't touch this one either. So no input, and just like that. Now let's see for the code. Now this is alright, but the point is that I need to change the code here as well. I already did that on the other one, but and on the other interface, but here I still have to make an adjustment, which actually is, and let's see, that is wow, not motor links dot finished, and that added with a column, and then the rest should be indented. So that I still have to adjust to this code, and then things will work better code wise. Mechanically, as said, still adjustments to do, unfortunately. As you can see, I have booted into the community firmware, and the reason for that is that I want to check the code again, because I think I made a thinking mistake. It is pretty slow. And yes, see, this is what happens. What I need to do here is, and I did that already on the official firmware, I need to put a while loop in here. No. And the point is that here it should be while not motor links dot finished, and this should be indented. And then things will work much better. Well, at least that is the idea. On the I did the same on the discovery, and there things suddenly started to work as I had always intended it to do. So, and this is sync data end. Now where's the sync data begin? It's right here. So every set speed is supposed to be in that frame, and this is an else if. Things can get pretty complicated, but as long as you keep structure in it, it should be alright. The time sleep, yeah, I will keep that in it because, well, I took the camera out for now, but and this is actually this is not making any sense while motor is finished, because once it's finished, alright, it doesn't start again. So you can easily say if motor finished. I think I will, oops, if motor finished. I think that is a better idea. And then a lot of indents. That's what you get with this kind of structure. And then I will have to adjust this
on the original firmware as well. Alright, now let's keep this the same. It doesn't make any difference. So let's see how this works out. Yes. Does it keep rattling? I'm afraid so, but ugh. Yes. And now it keeps running. And it keeps running. I'm pressing one of the front sensors. And another one. And the digital one. And the digital one is saying, yes, I recognize you. That is fine. So indeed, this is working quite well. The only thing that worries me, and you would notice that in the previous segment, is that it completely goes forward. So I do need to change a bit of the setup of the robot. Why does it lean forward anyway? That is a very good question as well. But anyway, this is a big improvement in dealing with the code. What can I do more? As a last code change, I indented these lines. So these lines. That's for one thing. Now I will have to lift the robot, since it is not entirely as I wanted to have. But let's see anyway what it does in input wise, output wise. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to see. And now it says the front sensor is alright. And now I stop it because I want to see back whatever is happening. Ah, see. This sensor says now 28. And that is one of the front sensors. Here it says 3, and now it starts counting. It just starts counting. So that is alright. In a way that is it is quite okay, and I know this is working. Much slower, of course, because it's count pulses and that goes pretty quick, but that is the way I want it. Difference is the difference what I like. Difference is like this. And alright, to make that into a well enough thing, I will have to change something, which I'm already doing with another robot, writing every data to file. And that will make more sense to how things are going, because now I have to scroll back and forth and when I close this terminal, it is lost. In the data file, it's not lost. So that is for next time. And that will be, by the way, in the same thing as here, but just with a joint pick, and this is for the camera image. Not working right now, camera is not on, but you get the picture. I hope you get the idea. No pun intended. That's it. Thank you for watching Reconstruction. Then finding out that I need still some more reconstruction. Will this eventually work? Who knows? But we'll see. Code rewriting the way it is now was absolutely necessary. No doubt about that one. Is it done? Not quite sure. Not quite sure, unfortunately. One of the things is that this, I'm not quite sure about this lamp. Should be here, should be somewhere else, I don't know yet. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Please see my website for those ideas, and you don't need to ask permission, they're public. And if you like my whole blog, etc., please consider a small donation to keep everything going, and this is going to be continued. So bye bye.